I imagine that every new table read is a real blast for everyone involved. Yeah, it is. Even when it's wonky, and this is partly a testament to the writers, we don't get handed any lemons. Things change from table read to tape day, but we don't. They're always in pretty good shape. And then we're no slacks ourselves. We try and come in, and everybody's really, I've mentioned this earlier, but everybody does their homework. Nobody comes in not having read that script. Unless the taping went really late the night before, because sometimes that happens. Usually everybody knows how to pronounce everything too. And they've started putting a pronunciation guide in the front of our scripts.
That's good.
Which they should. Earn your money. Yes, what would you say about the group dynamics, the group atmosphere, or the personalities involved? I've kind of covered this a little bit, but it's very professional, and there's a lot of respect there, I guess. I didn't go into it thinking to do that. I don't think anybody did, or even to act professional. It's just a lot of people focused on doing their jobs really well, to the best of their ability, and it does create and engenders respect between each other. And as such, we're very lucky. We hang out a lot outside of work together. Not all the time or anything necessarily, but we see a lot of each other, and that hopefully just keeps snowballing. It has so far, in that misunderstandings don't typically happen then, and things aren't allowed to fester for too long if there's a misunderstanding, I should say, because we're communicating. And like any healthy relationship, communication is key, and we really do have it. But once again, it's not overly thought out. It's a very fortunate collection of people. And to give full credit to the casting director and both the producers, they put all of us together. None of us knew each other, really. And so they pick the personality types on top of who can do the role. But, they're putting together these personalities, and I always think they do have a strong hand. And they're great showrunners, too. The producers, Chuck and Bill and Lee and the whole writing team. It's a well-run ship. Knock on wood. There's more to that question. Do I pitch any jokes or ideas? Man, I really don't. I'm not necessarily that creative in that way, and it's not that I've been made to feel unwelcome, but I still, and maybe this comes from doing theater, I still see clear divisions, and I enjoy them. The director, the writers, the actors, stage management, assistant director, and I think I enjoy that division because I know who to talk to about something or question about something. And if I have to, I don't know. It's not I wouldn't feel overly comfortable yet pitching anything. I end up accidentally pitching, a look maybe, but I don't know. No. Are there any that you're particularly proud of? No, because I'm not doing it. Not proud of it. Jim, I am a special education teacher in Ohio. Are we going to... and I wanted to know if your character was or will be identified as having Asperger's syndrome or is autistic. I see elements of both. Regardless, I have never laughed out loud as I have with Big Bang Theory. As in regard to superheroes on the show, do you ever mention Marvel? Or is Sheldon a DC guy only? I'm going to touch on that first. Much like the video games, I don't know the difference. I have never been into comic books myself, and in fact really didn't see much of comic books at all until I got on the show and they were on the set and stuff, and I was in awe of... I don't know what's polite or not polite to say about comic books. I was so in awe of the graphic nature of them, and I mean the drawings. I had no idea the level of art because I'd never looked. As far as stories go, it's once again how your brain works. My brain has a hard time reading them. I think if I really started trying to get into them, and maybe I will, I just haven't yet. I'm sure I could get used to the format and it would flow easy for me, but it kind of gives me a little headache trying to look at them and go, did I go to the right square? Where am I? I don't know why. But back. No, I was approached in an interview early on, and they said something about Asperger's syndrome, and I was like, what is that? I had heard that term before, but only remembered it, and that it sounded funny to me, And I was like, what is that? And they explained it, and I was like, oh, dear God, it certainly sounds like it, doesn't it, that Sheldon has Asperger's? And I went and asked the writers, does he? And they're like, no. I said, oh. But then I read, what's his name? It's Augustine Burroughs' brother wrote a book, Me in the Eye, I think it's called, whatever. And it's about his experience having Asperger's. And so, no, I can only say what the writer's saying. No, he doesn't. I will tell you from reading it and being asked so many questions about it, he couldn't display more traits of it. I think, though, that, well, I don't know why. I'd be completely guessing, why it's not. And autistic, I think the same thing, although I haven't talked about that as much. I think he's just really spread about Asperger's. It seems like it seems like every Asperger's sufferer is very smart. So that's got to be in my, I'm guessing, but that must be where the circles collide as far as Sheldon, the character, and why maybe he displays those traits. And I think maybe it's not uncommon for a very intelligent person to have some of those traits at least. I guess I just did that. Yeah, okay. What has been the hardest Sheldon one-liner to say with a straight face? How many times did you take to get through? Oh, man, I'm coming back to this. What's the hardest one? I feel like mostly it's other people's that get me. And little things. Like we had one yesterday, we were rehearsing, where Simon, as Wallowitz, sees something that makes him gag. And I was biting my lip every time we were just rehearsing it. But we were eating at the same time, fake eating, obviously. And me and Cougar Polly were both eating, and he gags my back, and we both pick up our plates like that. And just the whole moment just really tickled me for some reason. And he just had great timing. Simon's a funny guy. So that's all I can think of. My own, I think I don't have time to laugh. I'm in such a panic sometimes about getting the right words out. Is it true that you were the FedEx robot in the film I Robot? No. I was in a FedEx commercial. A really good one. And not because I was great. It was really simple and elegant. I thought elegant. But it was. I think it won awards, actually. Who knew? No, I wasn't. But I was in a FedEx commercial.